This your boy DJ Akademiks said, nah, not Joe Budden, not Joey, no. But listen, we knew this was coming. After Tahiri accused him of being a woman beater and also put a hex on this nigga, Joe Budden has reportedly given his girlfriend a 13-piece combo, a fucking bucket of whip ass, and of course, a side of coleslaw, and you definitely can't leave Popeyes without getting those biscuits. So apparently, Joe Budden, he ain't fucking around these days. I mean, he means fucking business. After Tahiri played him like a herb on Love and Hip Hop New York, she left him on his knees in the middle of Times Square, and if you don't know what happened, he tried to propose. She said no, and ever since then, he's been very embarrassed, and he switched up his whole steez, and now he's clocking these thoughts pussy out here like a watchdog. Now, TMZ, they're reporting that his latest chick was put in the hospital by him in near coma status after Joe Budden gave her a severe case of the lumps. Now, this might sound funny to you, but there's nothing fucking funny about domestic abuse or domestic violence. Neither of these two things are funny. To be honest, it's usually pathetic, and it could be pathetic for the female or for the male. Whoever initiated it, I usually side with the person who is the initial victim, whether it's male or female. But in this case, and we have some pictures, Joe Budden, he's denying the whole thing. He's saying he didn't do it. But TMZ has these pictures that's reportedly the injuries from the chick he's with. And you can see she's a bad chick. Because we know Joe Budden, he always has a bad chick. But I didn't know he was beating these bitches to keep him in line. Now, this is all allegedly because we don't know. But TMZ, they're usually credible. They got the pictures. We have multiple other sources reporting it, and it's crazy. So it's kind of safe to assume that Joe Budden gave his ex-girlfriend a nice DDT, a fatal, near fatal, stone cold stunner, and put her in line. Now, you're probably wondering, why the fuck would Joe Budden do this? Come on now. And to me, I'm like, listen, because he is denying it, and I want to make it clear, he's denying this on Twitter right now. He's tweeting everybody who's tweeting him back, saying he's denying it. Now, to me, this is either another devious plan to skyrocket the ratings of Love and Hip Hop New York, or at least by Mona Scott, or this might be some real crazy shit. Now, apparently, and TMZ, they're reporting that Joe Budden allegedly beat his girlfriend brutally, just like how Chris Brown beat Rihanna. Now, they're comparing him to how Chris Brown gave the beats. And Chris Brown, he's a legendary beater. We've seen this shit. Now, they're saying that Joe Budden saw pics of his girlfriend with some other niggas. Like, he saw his girlfriend on Instagram with some off-brand Negroes, probably some ops, and he flipped the fuck out. Now, sources, and I don't know who these sources are, but I'm going to believe it's TMZ, sources connected with the woman tell us that Joe Budden search was, imagine Joe Budden hopping in his, I don't know what kind of car he has, hopping in his fucking Range Rover, driving with a devious look on his face, his eyes are kind of low, his eyes are swollen up because he can't believe his thought or his personal thought is actually out stunting with some other niggas. And he's driving around and he finally finds a restaurant where he sees his chick and some other niggas. Now, apparently, Joe Budden found her at a restaurant, ran up in that bitch like a real thug or like a real lunatic, actually. He dragged her to his car, allegedly choked her. This sounds like a fucking episode of the Chappelle Show. Choked that bitch and then slammed her onto the dash. Now, sources said he then drove away to his New Jersey home where cops say the beating continued. Now, this TMZ is saying this was a marathon ass whipping. This is crazy. A marathon ass whipping. Now, the police are investigating. TMZ got photos of the injuries, and it's kind of graphic. So you guys can see it on your screen, but this doesn't look too good. And again, I just want to say that Joe Budden is denying it. He's saying this didn't go down the way people are saying it went down. And also, just to be fair to the possible victims, or the possible victims that it's been in his past and even current, if a couple of people are saying that Joe Budden or Joe Beaton is a seasoned woman beater, he's a serial woman ass kicker, apparently he whips these chicks' asses so frequently, he even got techniques. But shit. But to keep it real, everybody know that Joe Budden, and when it comes to his girlfriends, you need to fit like 3 categories to even qualify. You got to be number 1, you got to be Spanish or light skin. Instantly. I think the last dark skin chick he dated was Esther Baxter, but you got to be light skin or Spanish. Number 2, you got to be popping on Instagram or Twitter. You got to have some type of notoriety that niggas is lusting after you. Number 3, you got to have a fat ass. And number 4, you gotta be some bartender or at least some chick that's non-educated and a chick that's just thirsty for the come up. Once you fit all those criteria, he'll pick you up, he'll upgrade you, he'll make you a celebrity, get you on these reality shows. And I guess it's a trade-off, you know what I mean? You're gonna be with Joe Budden, but you at least gotta, I guess, stay in your place. Now, what do you guys think about this? If Joe Budden did beat this woman, because we're not gonna jump to crucify him, we're not gonna jump to say he's guilty of anything. According to at least all the reports, he hasn't been arrested. But it doesn't look good. This shit just don't look good. So you guys get in the comment box, what do you think about Joe Budden or maybe Joe Beaton? Not no Joe Biden, Joe Beaton. We got to find out more, but what do you guys think right now? If this situation is true as TMZ's reporting it, what should happen to Joe Budden? What do you think about the females that continue to date him? This shit's getting crazy. You guys get in the comment box, make sure you like, subscribe. Definitely share. It's your boy DJ Akademiks, and I'm out.